Sleep is he? The ploughing plonker. Break me pearlies on this blasted
resubscribed for 22 months.
Hey, Mad, how's it going? Thanks for the 22-month subscription. How you doing?
Where's Vera? Dry road. Oi! The devil's out there! They're running from! The builder, shield us.
I'm doing pretty good, Mad. Yeah. It's been a little rough for a few days, but we're back to it. And it is gaming week, and I got my fingers crossed that we get a Nintendo Switch 2 on what's today? Tuesday? Thursday? And yeah. I got a bad feeling though. Went to pre-order it and they had like halted pre-orders because of because they overdid it on pre-orders. They put out too many, more than they had systems, so now I don't even want to pre-order.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, and welcome to the State of Unreal at Unreal Fest Orlando. We're here to show you what's next with Unreal Engine and so much more. We are thrilled that you're able to join us. Thank you. But first things first, I'm here with Sebastian and Kitek from CD Projekt Red.
You guys hear it good, right?
We have a lot to talk about. Hey, guys.
I hear it pretty good, but sometimes it can be like a tad lower over the stream.
Thank you, Wyatt, and hello, everyone. With The Witcher 4, we're stepping things up. And to do that, we needed the right partner. One that truly understands that great open-world games are all about art and technology coming together.
I'm going to be a little AFK for a short bit, running twos with a friend. Nice, nice. Yeah, good hearing, right? You need good hearing. Or else you wouldn't hear me ask the question, right?
Yeah, and look, our goals are completely aligned here. And around
Have fun in your twos, and AFK is totally cool. Like this whole stream will be lurking type content. So yeah.
the launch of UE5, your awesome team at CD Projekt Red announced a collaboration to make open world development in Unreal even better. And it's an opportunity, we just couldn't pass it up. So we've been working on a technical demo together to achieve just that. I think we should take a look at it. You guys ready?
Born ready. Kitek is going to play the build for us.
Sure, let's do it.
This is a technological showcase set in the world of The Witcher 4. What you just saw and are going to see now is running on a standard PlayStation 5 at 60 FPS with ray tracing. So in the game, you'll be playing as Ciri, a professional monster slayer, a witcher. She explores the world and hunts down monsters for coin. The region we are in is called Kovir, and you'll get to explore it in the game. Right now, Ciri is investigating the monster, and after gathering new clues, she is heading back to a nearby village. All right, everyone, meet Kelpie.
Let weeds be weeds, Kelpie.
So just like Geralt and Roach, Ciri has her own loyal companion.
Well, at least it's better named horse than in 3.
These two characters need to feel like one. Since you're gonna explore the world on horseback, riding needs to feel seamless, natural, and just fun.
Yeah, and to support that, we're introducing multi-character motion matching in Unreal. So Ciri and Kelpie, they're perfectly synchronized when mounting from any
Man, that's a
angle and
beautiful
speed.
horse.
And we also support root motion movement on Kelpie, so controlling her feels realistic and grounded. And there are also some really nice improvements to our Unreal Chaos Flesh Solver and these machine-learned deformations. So you've got realistic muscles moving and stretching under Kelpie's skin without compromising the performance there.
So let's leave Ciri behind for a second and talk about the world itself. So much of the Witcher world is natural, organic, especially Kovir with its dense forest and wild nature.
Yeah, and wild nature is hard. And with nanite geometry, we've freed artists from so many of their old constraints. But we don't want to rest until everything we do in Unreal has that same spirit of freedom. There's always more work to do. And foliage is a huge piece of that puzzle. So we are excited to introduce nanite foliage. And in order to achieve gorgeous foliage density everywhere, while still being memory efficient, fast to render, we believe that a new idea was needed. So instead of the same card approach we've been using for the past 20 years, artists should be free to take a nanite approach to foliage, modeling every single leaf and pine needle. And the old LOD tricks of the past, they needed a complete rethink. And in their place, it's a new adaptive voxel representation in nanite. It's volumetric, it's fully 3D, it is super fast to render. And these dense clusters of triangles turn into these cubes, which at a distance, they're no larger than a pixel, and they react to the changing light of our dynamic sun and our shadows, and they allow artists to render whatever amount of foliage is needed to achieve their vision without compromise.
And no compromise means how ambitious we are when it comes to bringing our vision to life with incredible visuals. But more than that, together with Epic, we created faster way to load the world. We can now bring in more content more quickly for the smoothest possible experience as we fly down to catch up with Ciri. Welcome to Valdrest. So Valdrest is a port town, a hub for fishing, trade and mining. It's one of those places where you can meet shady characters or overhear gossip from other lands. It's also where Ciri took on her current contract. High-tech, let's leave Kelpie here and explore the marketplace and food.
And the missus?
I'm so excited we can finally show you some of this stuff. Let's see what Valdrest has to offer.
Not her again.
That's pretty rude. Mount? Not in a Witcher game. You get one mount and that's it.
Guys, notice how responsive the
Wow,
world is.
Ciri, that was pretty rude.
Character actions directly affect what happens around you, sometimes even setting off chain reactions. Everything is working together. Oh, look at this poor gentleman being taught how to fly by an angry innkeeper. That's what happens when you cheat at
Jeez.
Last of it, is it? Running away.
Round ones, jingling the purse.
Okay, so this is the guy who gave the series quest his own. Like you probably suspect, he has his own agenda in all of this.
You off your tits again, Wilfred. Get your ass up.
A typical day's toil.
Who in? Ah, with your ass. One using my wagons. No eternity is taking that damn salt to arrive.
I found them. And, well, suffice to say, they'll not reach you. As for the salt, I found not one speck. I presume this comes as no surprise to you. Now. Kavir's smuggling trade is of no concern to me.
Shush.
The manticore that flattened your carts and devoured your men? Quite the opposite.
Manticore? No, them winged hellspawn dwell in the arse end of Creighton.
While Siri decides what to do about that merchant, let's take a look at the character technology that powers this marketplace. Why don't we listen in on these fishmongers? They're selling their wares, chatting up customers.
Morning, catch this is. Won't find none fresher.
Rugged me ladies after one of them.
Girls, get this cleaned and gutted for you. You mind, dearest? Into seeing something more. Got mackerel, cod, all Braxton's finest.
And there is tons of tech to play here, even in this simple market stall. Metahuman tools, improved Unreal Smart Objects, Chaos Cloth, and more.
Yeah, and all of this exists to make sure that the gap in quality between Siri and NPCs is as small as possible.
Yeah, and closing that gap, it's not just about fidelity, right, but also authenticity. They should react to changes in the world around them.
But the prisoner in pillory isn't exciting enough for Valdres. Let's grab everyone's attention with a circus. But the great performance deserves a huge crowd though. Let's crank it up.
So you are seeing tons of optimizations here to many of Unreal's systems, including an entirely new Unreal animation framework, allowing us to fit easily in our 60 FPS budget, not just in rendering, but also with room to spare on the game thread. Over 300 animated skeletal mesh agents all going about their business. And the whole point is to leave breathing room for developers like you to introduce the gameplay and the systems that your players expect, empowering you to make your worlds come to life without Unreal standing in your way.
You are right. That's the open world RPG that we're making. But before we wrap up, how about one final check-in with Siri? We are making this game to be the most immersive and ambitious open world Witcher game ever. And we are making this a reality thanks to our work on Unreal with the team at Epic. I think what we are doing together is going to bring in a new generation of open world RPGs, and I'm so proud of what we accomplished so far.
Atmosphere looks really good.
So we're almost done, but before we go, here's a small gift for all Witcher fans. A first look at LinuxGhost.
Ooh.
Onward, Kelpie. We've worked.
Thanks, guys. Seriously, it looks amazing. And we've also barely scratched the surface of what's coming in Unreal 5.
And this showcase was the perfect excuse to show it, right? Because this isn't really a gaming showcase right now. That's why I chose it first. This is like, you know, it's Unreal, right? Yeah.
6. So here's Julien.
But they got to show games to showcase their
Thank you so much.
technology, so.
Hey everyone, great to be here in Orlando. I spent a lot of time on this demo, So I'm happy to be the one to talk about what went into the 5.6 release. An open world like that was just the perfect content to focus on our main goal for the release, which was performance. We want the engine
What
to
I
scale to
just
large
said.
and rich worlds. We want to preserve graphics quality. And of course,
It does look
we
good.
want to deliver high frame rates that you and your players expect. So let's check it out, starting with rendering. If you all remember, when we released Nanite with UE5, it supported static geometry. Last year, we brought skinning to Nanite. And now, we're working on Nanite foliage. The only way to have a forest that looks as good as this one is to use 3D geometry for all parts of the trees, just like we do for everything else. However, this is a crazy amount of fine geometry, so we had to rethink how trees are created and displayed. To create them, we developed Nanite assemblies. These 28 little parts that you see are all that we use to build all the spruces from the forest. They are instanced thousands of times and used like building blocks to assemble trees in different ways. And as you probably noticed with the wind effect, they even support skeletal animation, which runs on the GPU. Thanks to assembly, we greatly reduce the storage, the runtime memory, and the rendering cost. Then, to display an entire forest, the challenge was to preserve fidelity and performance from any distance. Let's check up close the level of detail we're talking about here. Lots of details. But this triangle representation is not the most efficient when far away, due to the amount of overlapping. And that's why we made an adaptive voxel representation. But in reality, you'll never see those voxels this close, since when we move the camera back, they're barely a pixel. Nanite foliage is almost done. We are moving it to the main line as we speak, and it will be available for everyone in 5.7. Another thing I would like to share is that ray tracing and Lumen now run more than twice as fast, with no visual trade-off compared to when UE5 was released. And because of that, we can now hit 60 FPS on consoles. And finally, we rewrote the rendering pipeline to run asynchronously so you can increase the richness of your scenes even more. Now let's talk about chaos physics. For chaos cloth, we improve our cloth-to-cloth constraint solution. This removes a lot of collision evaluation when garments are piling up and interacting with each other. Even for complex setup like Series Cape, we hit a sub-millisecond budget on PS5. With Chaos Flesh, we introduce procedural muscle activations to make deformation and motion more natural. Your artist will still have control over tetrahedral simulation and train ML models that run fast in real time. We now support the baking of fluid surface data into lightweight assets to be played back at low cost. This is going to give you high-fidelity water without the performance cost of real-time fluid simulation. For animation, we work on both performance and fidelity. Here, you can see how Siri and Kelpie match up in their interaction. Well, that works no matter the angle of approach. That's our Modes character motion matching solution. We also added motion matching in Sequencer to build stitch tracks. With them, you can seamlessly transition from gameplay to cinematic. Also, we now have a secondary layer of animation driven by physics in Control Rig. We used it in Kelpie's rig to drive the mane, the tail, and the saddlebacks. And now, I'm happy to announce that all these features are already integrated into our new Unreal Animation framework, which we are releasing as experimental in 5.6. We built it with performance first in mind. Animation evaluation are now running in parallel off the game thread, which was our bottleneck. And for the other character systems that are just as costly, like movement, avoidance, state tree behaviors, we also move them to worker threads. This is really going to help you create scenes that are crowded and lively. Streaming has always been a big deal regarding performance. And the 3 biggest improvements we made are physics state creation, which now runs async, improved runtime PCG for ground scatter on GPU, and a new FastGeo plugin to stream static geometry. And just to take a different example, in CitySample, the streaming time was cut down by 90% while moving at high speed. We focus on a lot of areas for performance in 5.6, and mobile is no exception. We work on better defaults and scalability settings for mobile and minimize the default package size. We also improve our workflows with a UI refactor of the viewport toolbar and content browser, an on-device iteration workflow, and a mobile preview solution. So there you go. Unreal Engine 5.6 is all about performance, and it's available
Fortnite?
today.
It's like the character looked cartoony enough, but the rest didn't.
Please go enjoy the tech talks and session we have for you guys and come chat with us. And now, please welcome Chris from the MetaHuman team. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Julian. Metahumans may only be a few years old, but we are seeing them everywhere, powering everything from games and AI agents to film, television, cultural heritage, and more. What you've seen so far is just the beginning. The creativity and innovation coming from the community.
I want to play that
continues to
Mafia
inspire
game.
us. It reminds us why we build these tools in the first place, to make it easier for everyone to tell stories that matter. Now we're entering the next chapter, expanding how you create and animate metahumans with flexible workflows that help you move faster and work smarter. To walk us through some of the biggest features in this release, please welcome filmmaker and virtual production pioneer, Matt Workman.
Thanks, Chris. For those that don't know me, I'm a cinematographer and Unreal Engine developer. I worked on Epic's first in-camera VFX demo, the one with the motorcycle surrounded by LED walls. It was pretty cool.
Ooh, an Indian.
I'm also the creator of CineTracer, a previous tool used by filmmakers worldwide. I've been using metahumans in my work since the alpha, and recently I've gotten some hands-on time with some of the new features coming in Unreal Engine 5.6. MetaHuman Creator is a fast and intuitive web-based application used for creating digital characters. And now, with the 5.6 release, all of that power is available directly in the editor. That's right, MetaHuman Creator is now fully integrated into Unreal Engine. I think it's pretty cool, too. You can create and work with metahumans directly in your project, keeping everything connected and in context. And with the new character assemblies, metahumans are built locally, making it even easier to integrate them directly into your pipeline.
MetaHuman Creator is one of Unreal's first cloud-enhanced tools. It means you work locally, but for heavy lifting, tasks like generating high-quality textures or building our complex face and body rigs, we leverage MetaHuman Cloud services, which deliver high-fidelity results without ever leaving the editor. And in 5.6, local assembly reduces the average MetaHuman export time from 15 to 20 minutes down to 2 or 3. The team tackled all this while dramatically expanding the core representation model and significantly improving visual fidelity. Basically, you can make even more diverse characters, they all look better, it's frickin' fast, and it is in Unreal Editor on your local machine.
And while those are all major improvements, we're just starting to scratch the surface here. Metahumans have always had amazing facial customization, and now Epic is bringing that same level of control and realism to the entire body. In UE 5.6, metahumans get a major upgrade with the new parametric body system, letting you blend between different presets or fine-tune proportions using real-world measurements.
Hey,
like
Draco.
height,
How's it
inseam,
going?
shoulder width, and even muscle mass. And here's the best part. As the body changes, so does the clothing. The new Unreal Outfit asset automatically adapts garments to the character's body, all in real time, no matter the proportions. As someone who's built these kind of assets before, I can tell you this used to mean manually creating and managing every body variation. The new system does give you the flexibility to create different sizes, and if you do, it will pick the closest match and fit that to the character for you. It makes building a wide array of production-ready characters faster and a whole lot more scalable.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see what people do with the new outfit system. And that actually brings us to our next announcement. Starting today, metahumans and their accessories are available on Fab, Epic's one-stop shop for digital assets. This is the new MetaHuman channel on Fab, and there's already some great artists and studios sharing and selling content there. I'm going to shift gears for a minute. Matt, do you remember when we unveiled MetaHuman Animator a couple years ago?
I did just on mobile until I get home with a shake.
And I'm also guilty for being eternally online, so of course
I finally bought ice cream.
And of course
I can make a shake if I wanted.
Some of my industry friends, they thought it was sorcery. We went
it only took me, what, 2 weeks?
In a couple minutes, and it made high-quality facial animation accessible to everyone. Well, today we are taking it to the next level with a focus on real-time animation. We scoured the galaxy to find the best talent to demo these tools, and I think Matt has found just the right character for the job.
Now, I could be wrong, but I think I cooked here. This guy is a true professional, tons of experience, and he's even going to be joining us via live telecast from space, outer space. Let's go ahead and connect.
Getting a chocolate peanut butter shake. Nice.
Hey, Blue!
Dude, Matt! This is amazing! I'm making nachos in my nuclear-powered air fryer. Anyway, I was about to munch on this before the keynote. What's up?
What's up is that this is the keynote. We're live streaming to Unreal Fest right now. Dude, you're live.
Oh yeah, look at that. You people in your time zones. Hey, Chatterbox, can you turn it down? Like way, way down. I'm about to do a keynote. Yo, so what's up, Unreal friends? So get this, for the first time ever, you're seeing me live in real time. This isn't pre-recorded, it's not baked. You're seeing everything.
Is his head on fire
happening.
or what?
Woo! And it's all thanks to MetaHuman Animator. Just check out my alter ego, Corey. He's down there on stage with you guys, and as you can see, our movements are mirrored within milliseconds. Even the smallest expressions are beautifully
He kind of looks like you. I see a resemblance.
Yeah. And look, he's not even wearing a helmet or a suit. I'm telling you, the possibilities are getting crazy. Now I can live chat with fans, take my stand-up act on the road, perform Macbeth. Okay, maybe not Macbeth. But the real truth is, the power of live performance is in all the happy accidents. Honestly, most of my best stuff happens when things go, you know, a little sideways.
Nuclear core instability detected.
You burnt your nachos.
Case in point, trusting my beautiful nachos to a DIY nuclear-powered air fryer.
Hey, Corey, come on out here. Corey Strasberger, everyone, the genius behind Blue and Xanadu. MetaHuman Animator now delivers high-fidelity facial animation from virtually any 2D video source in real time. Whether you're driving the performance of your favorite character or calling into keynotes from low Earth orbit, the sky is the limit when it comes to breathing life into your characters. And speaking of that, Corey was just driving Blue with a consumer webcam and markerless motion capture from the Captury.
Corey, let me be the first to congratulate you on Blue's VTuber debut right here at Unreal Fest. And by that, I mean that this is the first time we're seeing MetaHuman Blue puppeted live, and he looked incredible on the big screen. I know we've said this before a couple times, but I still can't believe that that level of facial quality is possible from a tiny consumer webcam. It's just absolutely crazy.
Yeah, thanks, Matt. It is, man. It's all mind-blowing. And for me, doing everything sort of solo, being able to see my performance like instantly is literally at the core of my pipeline. So I've been waiting for this quality for a really long, long time. And Chris, thanks to an amazing collaboration with the MetaHuman team, Blue is finally pure MetaHuman. And so with all the other crazy stuff that you guys are elevating, I think Xanadu is about to level up in a big, big way. So thank you guys. You guys rock.
Awesome, man. It's been awesome. I would like everyone to give a round of applause to Corey and Matt, and thanks for showing everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Matt.
Thanks, guys, for showing all the fantastic features we're going to hone in on this release. All right. We're going to end big with a few updates about metahumans and how they fit into the broader creative ecosystem. First up, today we're releasing 2 advanced toolchains to everyone, MetaHuman Expression Editor and Groom Tools. The Expression Editor lets experienced riggers fine-tune a character's expressions and expression combinations, whether matching scans or creating something completely custom, like a nacho-eating space alien. And our new Groom Tools simplify one of the hardest parts of character creation, high-fidelity hairstyles, making the process more intuitive, faster, and streamlining export directly to Unreal Engine. We've built these tools for our own teams to solve real production challenges, and now we're opening them up to the entire community. Next, we know you want support from MetaHumans in your favorite content creation tools, so we're working with partners to make sure that DNA and RigLogic work wherever you do. And we have saved the biggest announcement for last. We have updated the Unreal Engine license to include metahumans. You can use them everywhere, in every engine, in any creative software. Go make amazing characters and help define the future of digital humans. If you're curious to learn more, join our Unreal Fest sessions, swing by our booth, or check out metahuman.com to get hands-on with everything you've just seen, and thank you.
Nice.
All right, hey guys, what do you think so far? Yes, let's go. We've got a lot more in store for you this morning and over the days ahead. We've got an absolute room full of rock stars here today from different industries making everything Unreal. We've got AAA game developers, indie developers, Fortnite creators, filmmakers, car designers, architects, fashion designers. I could go on. You're all here to connect, share, and learn. And learn you shall. We've got over 150 tech talks and dozens of hands-on labs covering all of Epic's developer tools and services. And many of these sessions are going to be led by our growing community of instructors, educators, and service partners. And I want to thank all of you who are giving so much back to this incredible community. Now let's talk about a few more exciting updates from across the Epic ecosystem, starting with RealityScan. In the coming weeks, we'll launch RealityScan 2.0, which will unify the desktop and mobile versions under one banner. Now, CD Projekt Red put RealityScan 2.0 to the test, using it to capture natural objects in high fidelity for the Witcher 4 tech demo that you just saw. Complex rock and tree scans involve data sets that were previously really tough to process. But with 2.0, it will achieve better mesh accuracy with fewer manual steps. And you'll be able to get your hands on RealityScan 2.0 later this month. We're also seeing more and more developers and art studios using RealityScan to bring Megascan's quality content to Fab. Just take a look at this absolutely incredible Paris environment from Scans Factory, which launches today on Fab, featuring over 1,000 assets that are available for use in UE5, UEFN, and even Unity. The Quixel team.
Not gonna lie, it did sound like you said Fab.
Thousands of new Megascan assets that will start releasing on Fab later this month. And this summer, we'll be launching Fab natively in the Epic Games Launcher.
I think they could have chosen a better name.
That makes it easier for you to access your content and integrate it into your workflows. This will include one-click exports to DCCs, starting with UE5, Blender, Maya, and Cinema 4D. And we'll do more from there. We've also set ourselves up to support batch actions to download and export content. Back in April, we announced that Loci, a leading computer vision and AI company, joined Epic. We're working quickly to bring Locai's technology to Fab, which will improve our tagging accuracy, enable semantic search, and improve our IP moderation capabilities to ensure that our artists' work is protected. All right, we've shown you what's coming from our side. Now it's time to spotlight some of the incredible projects from across industries that are putting Unreal to the test.
I'd just like to know what game is Snoop in. Probably Fortnite, right? I feel like if there's rappers in a game, Fortnite.
Noise complaints.
Our fight is not over.
Awesome. You guys just raised the bar year over year. This year, one of our major goals is to make animating linear content in Engine awesome. We've got a lot of work to do still, but the 5.6 release is packed with new features that have been influenced and battle tested by some of the world's best studios. One of them is here with us today. The Third Floor has an impressive track record of using Unreal to make movies like Guardians of the Galaxy and shows like House of the Dragon. Here to tell you about their next incredible production is co-director of the new Predator movie, Josh Watson.
There's a new Predator movie? Fuck, I loved the original. I didn't even know.
In March 2020, I was working with director Dan Trachtenberg on the pitch for Prey when everyone got sent home. We had been dreaming of pushing previs into animation for years and had just finished our UE pipeline for The Mandalorian. Uncertain what would happen to movies in a post-COVID era, now is the time for Third Floor to get serious about finals. So while we're having a blast crafting scenes and UE for Prey, I got to show Dan the cool things we had brewing. And that led to an idea. What if Predator was an animated movie? Fast forward to the industry contraction of 2023, and projects started dropping like flies. But this crazy ambitious film with the crazy
I don't think this is the same Predator.
Materialized right in the middle of it all. For 20 years, on more than 1,000 projects, the artists at TTF have been on the front lines of visual storytelling in movies, games, and episodics. When Predator came along, they took all of that live-action experience, all of their love for cool stuff and great stories, and poured their hearts into a new kind of animated feature. So Dan and I pitched a film rooted in live action that looks and feels like moving concept art. We developed a handcrafted style from the paint strokes to our stop-motion-inspired movement on twos. It was a monumental challenge, but the leap into anim led to significant innovation. Our team built Hummingbird, our real-time lighting and comp tool inside UE. It handled all of our stylization passes in Engine before render. We saved countless render hours and reduced our hard drive usage to 1/50th the space traditionally required. Now, let me tell you about my favorite character in the movie. Ursa has this deep-rooted thirst for revenge. She learns that the man responsible is in this throne room in this huge fortress. So Dan had this idea, what if we did an entire battle in one shot? What if we kept the camera focused on her goal? And what if Ursa fought them all by herself? The best way to speed up any production is to speed up decision-making. So with 4 parallel teams inside Unreal, we got the entire film up on screen in 4 months, allowing us to iterate and hone the story and really make it sing before shifting into final animation, ultimately delivering the film in 18 months. If this movie were live action, we'd be filming at golden hour every day for weeks with a massive crew and several giant vats of blood. In animation, we really wanted to go for it, no holding back. So we choreographed every composition, every strike, every arrow, and blood splatter, like a gigantic dance with 98 parts.
Yet we also wanted to feel the camera operator reacting to all the kills as they happen to put you inside this quest for revenge. On behalf of 20th Century Studios, Dan Trachtenberg, and all of us at Third Floor, we hope you enjoy this exclusive clip from Predator, Killer of Killers.
Pretty action-packed. I'd be totally wanting to play it if it was a little less animated. Just saying. Yeah. It just seems a little kind of jittery, you know?
It's the Predator movie we've always wanted, and it's prevised, assembled, lit.
I think it would have been better if it had more
Friday
a
on
Witcher
Hulu, so
feel.
Check it out. And congratulations to Josh and the team. There are so many incredible games that we could highlight today. Last year, we celebrated Black Myth Wukong from Game Science, which has now grossed over $1 billion since launch. This year, we're celebrating another example of a small team that's taking the world by storm. Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is an absolute masterpiece from Sandfall Interactive. And in an eerie case of numerical serendipity, Expedition 33 sold over 3.3 million units in its first 33 days. It started with an epic mega grant, and it's now a serious contender.
I
for
feel
Game
like
of the Year.
nowadays that's
Let's hear from
not an
Sandfall's co-founder, Tom
accomplishment.
Guillermo.
With streams and stuff, people will just buy based off
I am
hype.
Tom Guillermo, co-founder and technical director at Sandfall Interactive.
Granted,
and the team behind
it does
Clair
have,
Expedition 33.
you know, people
It's
do
an honor
love
to be
it,
able to share a few
but
words with you today. When we
the
began the
crappiest
development of
movie makes a
Expedition
lot,
33
or
back in
crappiest
2020,
game
Unreal was
makes a
starting to
lot of
open up
money
new
on
possibilities
release
for
week.
smaller team like ours to create games in realistic 3D with mega scans and later the release of Unreal 5 that came with Lumen, Nanite, and MetaHuman, which all
And I believe a
transformed how
lot
we
of that
create
is due
3D
to
scenes
stream.
and characters.
Yeah,
As a small
streamers
team, we
hyping
always
stuff
did our
up.
best to play to the engine's strengths, religiously getting every update to try out the new features and optimizations from Epic. This allowed us to keep our development focused on the element that would have the most impact on the game we were making. The visual identity of our world, the story and the characters, and of course the gameplay with this blend of turn-based strategy and real-time action. The Unreal
You know, it's honestly weird that I don't want to play this game because I played something very similar to it, like 2 years ago? Something that went under the radar for pretty much every other creator out there. I never saw anyone playing it, and that's Thaumaturge, when I streamed Thaumaturge, which was a great game. And at first, I was slightly interested in this game at first glance, but what killed it for me was the UI. Yeah, it wasn't necessarily, I made the comment once that it was, you know, I thought they could do a better job on the female characters. I still feel they could have, but it's really the UI. It's so, like, cluttery. Yeah, that's the reason that I'm not interested.
Engine has been the key element empowering our small
Mainly
team to
when they're
create our dream
in
game.
combat.
And I would
It's
like
just
to
like
thank
so
all the
much
people that
garbage on
contributed
this
to the engine.
screen.
Both Epic for the amazing software they have created, but also the community for all the plugin, tutorials, assets, and
But
resources. that you can
Thaumaturge was
find
really
online
good,
to
and
get
it's very
started.
similar.
It is this whole ecosystem that allowed the project to grow organically, from my friend Guillaume booting up the Unreal Engine for the first time in 2019, creating a small project named Sandfall, to 6 years later, the release of Expedition 33 with that very same new project file. Even though we are a small studio, we never felt alone during this adventure, as we felt we always had the back of both Epic and the community, and we are extremely grateful for that. We really hope we will keep seeing more and more amazing games and experiences made with Unreal in the upcoming years. And on the behalf of everybody at Sandfall, we wish you a great Unreal Fest, and we're looking forward to meeting you all in the future. Tomorrow comes. Demain viendra. Cheers.
Thanks, Tom. And congrats to you and the team. We're so happy for you guys. Now, this year we're seeing more and more momentum with mobile devs who are capitalizing on the increasing player demand for high-performance and immersive mobile games. One team that's leading the way
Carmen
in
San
V5
Diego?
mobile development
I remember
is
when that was a
Infold
TV
Games,
show.
whose gorgeous game Infinity Nikki offers a unique blend of fashion and adventure. Please welcome Zhishuan Ding to the stage to tell you more.
Hi, everyone. First, I want to thank our friend at Epic for inviting me here today. As you can probably tell, I'm a little nervous being on stage in English. But I was even more nervous when I first joined Infold Games to create Infinity Nikki, our most ambitious project yet. Let me share our story with you. Our journey began in 2012 with just 4 people. Here are the games released before starting Infinity Nikki in 2021. And we still update all of them today. These were mobile-only games focused on dress-up and interactive story gameplay. We could have stayed comfortably inside space, but we didn't want to. We want to create a life beyond amazing. That means crafting new experience no one has ever imagined. That means pushing far beyond current generation technology to deliver a game that not only looks stunning, but stay emotionally touching for years to come. That means Infinity Nikki, our first Unreal Engine 5 cross-platform game with over 20 million downloads at launch, largely driven by mobile. We began ideating during the pandemic. Infinity Nikki is about finding a peace in a cozy open world, bringing happiness to everyone. Dress Up is not just for style, it's a way to interact with the lively world, alone or with friends. From a technology view, our pillars should many impossible things at once. High-fidelity graphics that supports outfit customization, even in corporate mode, with over 1,000 outfit parts and more than 100 colors per character. A huge map full of fine details for deep beauty, perfect for close-up camera shots. And it must run smoothly on our platform. For all players, big goals. We had never launched a cross-platform game before, but we promised our community, our partner, and Nikki that we will give it our all. Yes, it was crazy. Unreal Engine 5 is about making crazy idea real. We had debates, even I hesitated. But with Unreal Engine 5, Infinity Nikki's vision come to life. Lumen gave us movie-quality lighting in real time. Open world tools like Word Partition help our team of over 1,000 people stay creative and work well together. Unreal Engine 5's new rendering help our team bring amazing visuals to mobile devices. Thanks to Epic support, we made it happen.
What is
now
that
let's take a look
following
at
her?
open world. We want to make a detailed, exciting world for players to explore. Our
It's
first
like it
map
looks
covers
like a
400
kids
square
game,
kilometers,
but I
with
know
dense
exactly
vegetation
what kind
and
of
a
game
dynamic
this is.
ecosystem.
Yeah.
We had to make sure memory and performance were never compromised, especially on mobile.
A game every 30 to
Unreal Engine
40
let us
year
build a
old, maybe
cross-platform
even
video
older
rendering
guy
system
plays.
with smart studio culling and a level of detail control.
With probably a
Local
gotcha
and triangle
system.
staying budget on all devices. You may wonder why we put so
But
much
let's
care
be
in
real,
these
it does
details.
look like a kid's
I want to
game.
share a fan story that shows what Unreal Engine 5 means for our players, beyond outfits and open world. This is a true story from our fan, Xin Shiqiao.
My mom and I play Infinity Nikki differently. She reads every item description, smiles when Nikki jumps, and changes into a pretty blue outfit. It does not matter if she finishes the platforming. When I was finally able to take her on a long-distance trip, she spent hours picking dresses and took many photos, even of a small flower
And
by the
people
road.
complain about WoW.
Now I understand. My mom loves every small moment.
Wow.
We play Infinity Nikki in different ways, but we love each other the same.
We hope you'll enjoy this story. We hope you'll find the omen of the world's beauty in Infinity Nikki, the coziest open world game for OV1. Thank you for your time.
I think it
and
is
have
smart
an
that they
amazing
put it
Unreal
on
Fest.
mobile, though. A lot of kids would
Thanks, Joshua.
play it on mobile.
Wow, what a beautiful world they've created. All right, there's one more amazing UE5 game that you've got to check out, and it's coming to the Epic Game Store. Please welcome Ken Kim, CEO of Netmarble Monster, to the
God,
stage.
I hate Epic Games. I hate when they say come into the Epic Game Store because I refuse to have Epic Games.
Hello everyone, excited to be here today. I'd like to first thank Epic Games for this opportunity. It's a great honor to introduce
And it's
our
nothing
latest
against
project here
them.
at Unreal Fest.
I'm just tired of having accounts all over the place. That's what it is. Like, I got my Steam account, I got my Battle.net account, you know, got the console accounts. Like, I'm just done with accounts, you know?
Let me introduce Mongil Stardive. Mongil Stardive is the successor to Monster Taming, a game we first launched back in 2013. Known as Mongil in Korea, the game was a huge success, surpassing 10 million downloads just in Korea. With this new title, we aim to expand the world of Mongil by creating a vibrant living world filled with countless characters and monsters. To achieve this, we chose Unreal Engine 5, which allowed us to capture even the most subtle emotional expressions of the characters, making the world of Stardive truly come alive. This was the best choice for delivering a seamless cross-platform experience across PC, console, and mobile. One of our key goals is to
Man, you guys
provide
remember
players
when
a
I
full
used
new
to stream
gameplay
Genshin?
experience by giving each and every
I think
character
that's
unique
probably like the
its own
oddest
unique
stream I
control
ever did.
system. That means
Yeah.
every time you change a character,
For you guys,
it'll
anyway.
feel like you're playing a different game.
Unexpected.
And this transforms Stardive from a simple action game into a truly immersive adventure.
It was fun
Moreover,
until it
the monsters
got boring.
in Stardive are not just enemies. They can be tamed, nurtured, and become your companions along the journey. Depending on their traits, they can also be used to craft weapons or used as ingredients to cook, adding a deeper layer of strategy and connection to the game. Each monster is a living, growing creature, transforming the conventional concept of monster collecting into a meaningful, dynamic relationship.
Mobile, right?
The Epic Game Store, with
Because that
its global
totally
reach
gave me
and strong
mobile
community,
vibes.
is the ideal platform to connect with players around the world. We are happy to announce that Mongil Stardive will be exclusively on the Epic Game Store for PC. Now,
Okay.
I'm excited to show you a brand new trailer from the game.
He's cute.
Thank you. 감사합니다. We hope to see you at tomorrow's session. Speaking of our friends at Epic Game Store, let's hear from Steve Allison.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Thanks, Ken. It's exciting to see Netmarble Monster bringing Mongil Stardive to the Epic Game Store exclusively at launch on PC and taking advantage of our Epic First Run program to keep 100% of the first 6 months of net revenue. As you know, our industry is living through significant headwinds right now, and the Epic Game Store offers all developers a toolkit for maximum financial success that starts with our 8812 rev share and just gets better from there. Now on Epic, our back catalog program, like Epic First Run, allows you to keep 100% of net revenue for the first 6 months on back catalog titles that you bring to the Epic Game Store. And for Unreal developers, Launch Everywhere with Epic reduces your engine royalty rate from 5% to 3.5% on all platforms and stores when you ship your UE-based games day and date on the Epic Game Store. And remember, Unreal Engine developers pay 0% royalty on all Epic Game Store sales where we process payment. Additionally, you also have the option to use any in-app purchase payment solution you want, and when you do, you keep 100% of that IAP revenue. We want to do everything we can to help during this critical time to maximize your success, so we have added another tool to the Epic Game Store toolkit. Starting June 1st, we've changed our initial revenue share to 0%, so that you receive 100% of the first $1 million in net revenue, and then 12% to Epic after passing that threshold. Pretty cool, yeah, awesome. And this change is per title and per year. So this applies to new titles and back catalog releases, and all existing and future Epic Game Store partners and their titles on both PC and mobile benefit from this change immediately. And so life to date, we paid our developer and publishing partners over $2.1 billion, and we're just getting started. So let's talk a little bit about what's next. So even after years of building the store on PC, we know there's still a ton of work to be done to deliver a world-class experience for our over 70 million monthly active users. And in the coming months, we'll be rolling out long overdue features on PC that will move us closer to that vision. Download Manager 2.0 was released just a few weeks ago, and preloading is coming finally in September. Gifting is targeting a release in time for the holidays so that you can gift games to your friends. And our revamped social is rolling out this year, and will connect our PC and mobile players together with game-independent voice chat, text chat, and parties, along with robust game invites for third-party games. And this will be the building block for several innovative social features on the store that will follow. We're also putting great focus on ongoing launcher improvements that will make the store feel great to use. And of course, delivering a great player experience means meeting players wherever they are, which is why mobile remains a key focus for us. We've already seen strong momentum on mobile with over 40 million installs to date, and we're pushing hard to hit 70 million by the end of the year. The Epic Game Store is available globally on Android, and we are continuing to expand our global footprint on iOS. Today, it's available on iOS in the European Union, with upcoming launches in Brazil, the UK, and Japan, as new laws in those countries come into effect. In Q1, we launched with a curated selection of third-party titles, and as of today, there are over 70 games live on the Epic Game Store mobile, with more being added regularly. This deliberate, phased approach ensures a high-quality experience as we gear up to open the store to self-publishing in the near future. In March, to accelerate installs and to keep players coming back week after week, we brought our weekly free games program to mobile. So each week, as we do on PC, we are partnering with developers to give players at least one new free game directly through the app on both Android and iOS, celebrating the best of premium mobile and partnering with developers on content packs for free-to-play games. Our focus is getting the Epic Game Store mobile to 1.0. This is defined by two major new additions to the store, and the first of which is rolling out very soon. We're launching Epic Web Shops in July. Developers will be able to come into our tools and easily set up a shop for in-app purchases for mobile and PC games. And through Epic Web Shops, you can leverage our industry-best rev share and offer players a better deal with bonus offers.
Hey, System. 2 more days? Oh, for the Nintendo Switch 2? Are you getting one?
On all purchases.
I'm trying.
So that you can steer your players.
But I don't know.
By making them super easy to set up and available
We'll see.
to all
We'll
developers.
see.
And second, we'll be launching mobile self-publishing tools in Q4 and opening up the store to all mobile developers to set up and distribute your games. Well, that's it for me today.
It's like,
if you want to learn more about our plans
got
for
the
Epic Games
funds,
Store, join us today at 3:45.
but the pre-orders haven't been going great. Nintendo hasn't contacted me.
Thank you.
So yeah. So I'm not sure. We'll find out on the 5th. If I don't have one on the 5th, I'm giving up. I'm gonna assume I won't get one for months, and I'm gonna buy a Blu-ray player. That's the second thing I wanted. Yeah. It was that or my Blu-ray player, and yeah.
Hi. Thank you. We launched Unreal Editor for Fortnite
Actually,
just over 2 years
two
ago
Blu-ray
with a simple
players.
goal. Give developers everything they need to build, launch, and grow their own games in Fortnite.
Yeah, I was gonna go
Since then,
pre-order
it's incredible to
myself,
see how creators and players have
but they cut off the pre-orders because they had overdone it, you know? So, yeah. Yeah, they had, you know, there were people that paid for consoles that didn't even exist. So, yeah. So I'm just gonna go in on the 5th and hope for the best, and yeah, I'm not, you know, it's like I really want it on the 5th, but to be fair, the first version usually is the iffy one, so if I don't get it, not a big deal, but it would be nice as a this week's entertainment for the channel, because then on the 5th we could have some Switch 2 gameplay, right? Yeah, maybe this week it's pretty jam-packed. But if I got it, I'd make sure of it. Yeah, I'd make sure we added that in, but we'll see.
responded. Millions of people are playing games built by you. And since the launch of UEFN,
I hope they do, especially since I won't be able to even get there till the evening. You know, got prior engagements during the day. So yeah, fingers crossed. That's why I was trying to pre-order it, but yeah.
60,000 live creator-made games. These experiences are a foundational part of Fortnite. Creators are leading the way by reimagining live events in Fortnite and driving players to the ecosystem. In fact, this last weekend, Super Red vs. Blue by Jogo hit a major milestone. For the first time ever, a creator-made island took the #1 spot for concurrent players in Fortnite, surpassing even Epic's own games. This is a proof the system is heading in the right direction. Watching developers experiment, build, and push UEFN to its limits has been inspiring. But it goes beyond just making games. Creators are launching studios and building passionate communities around their work in Fortnite. And thanks to that effort, engagement payouts going to third-party creators have already reached $722 million since the launch of UEFN.
I had heard that there were a lot of bots, and we've actually seen bots in the past on Kick. Yeah, I added it back because I want to bring my music back to streams. And YouTube crashes immediately when I turn on music or any DMCA shit. You know, like literally it went down from a video the other day. And yeah, like YouTube is just too fucking iffy. And I don't want to get YouTube banned because it's kind of... I don't want to say it's my moneymaker, because I actually, ironically, I make more on Twitch, with Twitch taking a much huger cut from me than I make on YouTube. But let's just say I don't want to get it banned because it does generate money. Yeah, so give me a second just to throw the BRB. I'll turn on the light. Actually, I kind of got to take a piss. I'll just be right back, guys. Okay, I'm back. Went to unmute, but I guess I didn't take the, yeah, I didn't mute. I don't know what I was trying to say there. Yeah. And take a piss, take a shit, get a drink. I already got my drink in front of me, which is good because my coffee is out. And I didn't have to take a shit, but I did take a piss. And yeah, Kick is still kind of, well, it's still classified newish, right? So there is a lot more you can get away with. Plus, you can still get away with stuff on Twitch. So that's why it's Twitch and Kick right now, because I do get away with shit on Twitch. I always have. But it's YouTube that's, YouTube is like, there's really, you're on pins and needles with YouTube all the time. That's why I stopped running music for a while. But I miss our music days, and there's been a couple of comments in the past where they missed the outro song I would play, so I'm gonna bring that back. And yeah. And then, so basically how it's gonna work, not that I expect you guys to remember this, but if you got a good memory, but how it's gonna work is any WoW content, no YouTube. I want to run my music while I play WoW. WoW is just one of those games, and I miss playing WoW and just kind of chilling with songs and stuff. So no YouTube with WoW. They get WoW videos anyway, so whatever, right? And then also it'll be basically Twitch and Kick for, everything else. It'll always be like Twitch and Kick, and then when YouTube comes into play, that'll be when we're doing like playthroughs. So I'll still do like Hogwarts over there. And oh, what's this? Mod alert. It's the bot. It's the bot. The mod alert is alerting me that the bot is spamming. Yeah. And you know what's funny? Where do you think the mod alert comes from? It comes from Stream Elements. It's a warning me against its own self. Oh, that's funny. Welcome back. I need to stick Shake into the freezer. Kind of melted. Right? Yeah, so I've definitely made some changes lately. So I also decided to edit less, because honestly, streams are doing really good lately, and not that YouTube isn't, but let's just say people care less about WoW nowadays, and a lot of the time I feel like I'm putting all these efforts into editing when I could just be chilling on stream. So yeah, I've decided to start editing less. That doesn't mean YouTube won't get any videos. They'll just get videos whenever the fuck I feel like they get videos, I'm not gonna keep trying to be daily all the time. So what that means is we're daily streams now. So Sundays are back, which means I don't know what we'll do for the bonus, like the stream goals, because the stream goals was always to throw a Sunday stream in. So we'll have to figure something out for that. But yeah, so that's what's been going on in my head lately is, less editing, more streams. And I'm tired of streaming on YouTube, and feeling like I'm on pins and needles. So yeah, they'll still get streams, just not every single one of them.
And that number continues to grow.
Well then, boop. How does that go? How does that go with what I just said? But boop-a-doop, Draco.
None of this would be possible without you, our community.
Welcome back
which
from the
is
freezer.
core UEFN. We're proud to have thousands of dedicated developers building this ecosystem with us, and part of building this lasting ecosystem is talking with developers, learning from your experiences, and using this information to help shape our roadmap. Because ultimately, what good is a feature if no one wants it? This is why we've launched the Let's Chat live stream series to answer your burning questions and address your concerns. So far, we've discussed moderation, the new Fortnite data API, and the state of the ecosystem, with more coming at the end of this month. That's enough from me. Help me welcome to the stage an outstanding UEFN developer, Tom Jank. Good job. Tom, good to see you here in Orlando. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's been amazing.
Why don't we get started by you telling us how you got into UEFN for those who don't already know you?
Yeah, I actually originally started in the animated film industry. I worked for Netflix, Pixar.
Sounds like beer time.
But I was really looking to kind of be my own boss. I was working on
My only beer,
I
actually.
really want to do my own thing, and so one thing led to another. Now I'm here at the State of Unreal.
Now you're here. How did you find success in UEFN? Like, how did you build towards what you are today?
Well, I really...
Oh, and by the way, I can't remember if I mentioned it, but thanks for the follow, Draco, on Kick. And for anyone else, Kick is ad-free. So if you are not a Twitch sub, and or if you're a person that used to watch... Well, I won't say used to watch on YouTube. We still do YouTube streams, just not when we're like watching videos or playing music, basically. But if you mainly watched off YouTube, I would highly suggest making an account on Kick, because it is completely ad-free. Like, you don't need ad block. It is 100% ad-free. So yeah, it's really the selling feature of it right now. It's one of the reasons why, well, we used to multi-stream to it last year for a bit, but it was such a gambling site last year. Well, it still is. It's still ran by Stake, but you know what I mean. Just if ads are a big deal, just, sign up, follow my channel.
At least a few maps, but the momentum really started coming when I started releasing my warm-ups. I posted daily
and then
on
you can
Twitter,
speak in
just
6
these
minutes.
janky experiments that are kind of weird and wacky, and people thought, how is he doing this in UEFN? And so that built to commissions and work and me doing this full time.
I know a lot of people are probably familiar with your warm-ups. Did you ever make any of those into maps?
Actually, that's where...
So much stuff in the trading post and not one store bonus token for sale. Not one store bonus token. Oh, you mean like bonus, like tender? Like trader tender? You know what they should do? They should do what Disney Dreamlight just started doing. You remember the last time I played Disney Dreamlight? I went into the store and I just like redeemed free Moonstone. They need to do that with the trader tender, Because it wasn't for a whole lot. I think it was only like 100 Moonstone I got. But still, anything would be... Like, the community would love that, I know Blizzard is not keen on doing things that the community likes, but, They just like to punish us with time-gated content and fast seasons now, I find. but yeah, I haven't looked at the trading post yet. Yeah, I would have if I had done a news video, but that's around the time when I decided I am tired of editing. Like it's not really that I'm tired of editing. I'm tired of, okay, the phrase work smarter, not harder. Well, that's what we're doing. We're working smarter and not harder. I've been working super fucking hard for 9 years on my content, editing videos nonstop, It's it's a reason we had actually put some pounds on, because I was always in this damn chair editing videos, right? And the thing is, it hasn't gotten us that far. Yeah, so we are now working smarter, not harder. Yeah. And, I'll probably still make the same amount on YouTube, to be fair. Because, ironically, the money I make from there is off of all old videos. Like, yeah. So yeah, that was kind of part of my change of tune, I guess we'll call it. I would totally drop money on getting more currency for the trading post. There's 3 transmogs I want and a pet I want. Nice. Yeah, I haven't looked yet. Maybe we'll take a quick peek at the end. I don't think we're gonna get through everything today, guys. But if you guys want to see some WoW, let me know. We now just do whatever the fuck we want. And yeah, these streams now can be a mix of anything, because since I'm not currently on YouTube right now, there's no picture saying what we're doing, which means we can kind of do whatever. Yeah. That's why I think for the most part, aside from like days that I know we're only gonna do that one activity like Hogwarts and shit like that, yeah, we're just gonna stay off of YouTube and they can get the video, the highlights. Yeah. But I do need to hop in there at some point, we were gonna start with WoW because Dastardly Duos just came out, right? But not gonna lie to you guys, it is a jam-packed gaming week. As you guys know, I do everything when it comes to gaming. So a lot of people probably think gaming week starts Friday. No, we have so much today to go over, and I think we're gonna have to put some in tomorrow. OTK did their show last week. I meant to do that one yesterday, but I didn't stream yesterday. So now I bumped that one over to Thursday. And yeah, and that's the only rerun, really. Everything else is like streamed on the day it happened. Like this happened today. And the next one that I'm hoping we'll get through is, well, we will get through it. If I start it, I'll finish it. But then there's 2 more after that. I'm not sure if we're getting to those ones, especially if I keep pausing. But we'll see. Man, it's so bright in this room. I need that light bulb is too bright.
Fortnite football came from. I would pick up these little dinos.
But I want you guys to at least see me.
Wrong ones and just punted them across the field. And I was like, well,
gotta punish you somehow.
This is kind of fun. And so Fortnite football was born.
But no dinos.
Just kidding.
No, I gotta keep within the age rating.
It seems like Jank has been sort of core to your experience on the platform, or core to what it was like for you to learn. Can you tell us a little bit about how you landed on that brand?
Yeah, actually, I am not formally trained in game design or programming, so I really started to kind of lean into that. This is a little janky. I'm using this new software. I'm building this fun stuff. And that just became part of my brand. If I messed up, well, it's just jank. That's how it is. And so you can hear more about it in my session, the upcoming later this week, Tom Jenks UFN Survival Guide.
I love the name. It's a great name. Thank you so much for joining us up here. I mean, for us, it's really good to hear that regardless of the experience you had coming to this ecosystem, you were still able to sort of build and make a name for yourself here. That's really what we're looking for. We have a couple things on the roadmap to hopefully make your experience in the ecosystem a little bit smoother. So here to tell us more about what's coming next in UEFN is Sax Pearson.
Thank you, Tom and Hannah. Let's start with an update on a much-wanted, often delayed feature, Scene Graph. Scene Graph is one of those foundational pillars that we really want to get right. And I'm pleased to say that the first release of Scene Graph is coming this Saturday, June 7th. Scene Graph
is the foundational layer of the engine that unifies the editor and runtime representation of the scene, making everything you built accessible through verse code. In the editor, Scene Graph enables rapid construction of rich, detailed environments by organizing entities into a clear hierarchical view. Repeating elements like desks or chairs in an auditorium can be converted into prefabs, simplifying management, enabling easy variation. And at runtime, your verse code can traverse the same hierarchy to dynamically modify the scene. So whether it's moving a platform, adjusting a light, changing a weapon's ammo count, everything is done in Scene Graph. Scene Graph worlds are built on robust modular system engineered from the ground up to be the foundation of UE and UEFN going forward. So this year, we're shipping more tools like custom items, skill-based matchmaking, new social systems like Bubble Chat to bring players together. But before we get into roadmaps, I want to share an update on something we talked about last year. We intended to ship the first season of Fortnite Battle Royale, built with UEFN in version 2025. Since then, things have changed a bit.
Little off topic, but does everyone wear their watch on the left arm? I wear mine like on, I'm not wearing it right now, it's just hanging out over here because it gives me marks on my arm. But I wear mine on the right arm. And the other day, I was talking to my friend Mark, and I was showing him like the marks that my watch leaves on my arm. And he's like, oh, just put it on your left arm today. I'm like, and I acted like that was the end of the world, you know, knowing me. And here, like, yeah, I feel like everyone wears their watch on the left arm. I find it very uncomfortable. The only thing I can have on this arm is, well, it's not even on the arm. I could do like a ring on one of my fingers on my left arm. But the right arm is where I have my bracelets, majority of my rings, the watch. Like, yeah, all my jewelry is on the right arm. Yeah. And it just seems so weird to have it on the left. Like, I'm right-handed, so why would I wear the watch on the left, you know? Like, I don't know. It's so weird.
And we're not going to be able to meet that target. Right now, we're tracking to 2026. But today, UEFN is an integral part of development for Reload, Ballistic, and other internal projects, but we're still having to hit a few key milestones to support a full Battle Royale season. So for the rest of 2025, we're going to be focused on closing those gaps while continuing to ship new UEFN features for you. A big focus of working on making it easier for players to find amazing games you've built. The release of off-platform features like deep linking, enabling you to market your game on social media, link players directly to your island.
Ooh, Pizza Shop Tycoon. I could play that.
Creator gives you more ways than ever to build and engage communities directly inside Fortnite.
Is it also on
So far,
Steam, or
6
is it
creators
just
have already
Epic?
surpassed 1 million favorites in games since launching the feature last year. And this not only makes it easier for players to discover and play their favorite games, but it's also a great opportunity for creators to grow their audience and their business. To further support that growth, we're doubling down on data sharing and helping you make smarter decisions as you build and
Man,
launch
I'm
your
just gonna
game.
say, Epic has gotten big, right? The last time I went to Epic, because I do believe I have an account from years ago, because back then, only Fortnite was on there. It was the only game on there. But I mainly played Fortnite on my Xbox. And Fall Guys I had on, well, a couple of places. I think PC and... No, I don't think I have it on PC, actually. But I had it on PlayStation. Yeah. So I've lucked out with the fact that the games that I like that are on Epic are also somewhere else, because I'm so reluctant to be on Epic Games. Yeah, I just don't want to be part of another application, you know? But does look like they got a lot now. Yeah, the last time I saw them, they had like 2 games. The last time I logged into my account, Fall Guys had just come out. And it was the original version, not what you see now for Fall Guys.
Let's talk a bit about the new Fortnite Data API. We are building Fortnite to be a true open ecosystem, one where creators have full insight into every dynamic factor that makes a game successful. And the
Oh, you
Fortnite
can
Data
check your
API is a
hours
key
played
part of
in
that vision.
Fortnite?
2 years ago, we made the CTU of every Fortnite island visible in-game. It gave creators a clearer view into what resonates with players, helping to surface trends and improve iteration so creators can build more strategically. And community-based tools like Fortnite GG and FCHQ have shown the value of transparent Fortnite data. Now we're expanding that visibility. We released the first version of Fortnite Data API 1 week ago, giving creators access to essential metrics like acquisition, engagement, and retention for all Epic-made islands. And starting on June 9th, that same level of insight will extend to all islands in Fortnite. You can use the API to build your own dashboard or reference existing tools and websites to better understand performance, giving you the opportunity to find the right genre, the right audience, and the right moment to launch your game driven by insights, not guesswork. You can learn more about the Data API in our Creator Portal talk tomorrow. Now, we'd like to introduce our latest work that enables developers to use emerging tech to create awesome games. The Epic Developer Assistant is an AI tool that currently in beta that will improve creator productivity. It's a general-purpose chatbot that can guide you through developing games in UEFN, and it'll even generate verse code from simple prompts. Please welcome Heather Storm, who will help us drive a live demo of the assistant.
Hey everyone. So let's set up the challenge that we want the assistant to help us with. We built an escape room with the challenge that you need to collect 3 props in order to escape.
I'm
to the
too
center of the map.
claustrophobic for an escape
we need
room.
our props to randomly spawn within our play space. So let's go ask the Epic Developer Assistant to help us out. Now, I don't want to subject you to my typing skills, so we're going to copy and paste the
It looks
prompts
okay.
directly into the assistant. Hey, assistant, I need some verse code that will randomly spawn 5 creative props in the map. I've added some extra context here, such as how the spawn radius and how far apart the prop should spawn, just to make sure that this will work in our existing game. We'll also make the props respawn every 10 seconds to make it a more challenging experience for our players and me. Finally, we'll name our verse file and the editable variable, prop to spawn.
So while the assistant generates a response, you can see it may provide relevant documentation to your request.
The land of AI, right?
It's fine-tuned using our, like Epic's own verse code licensed from creators who signed up to help, and all of our.
You remember a time in the internet when you just didn't trust anything that you read online. Now we're actually asking AI, and most people are trusting it. I say most because I still don't trust anything I read online. But that is me. I'm a very untrusting person, you know? Especially when it comes to the internet. But I just think it's funny how, like, everyone knew to not trust what they read online, and now everyone trusts AI, you know? If it has taken a minute for me to reply, I am doing visions. How dare you not pay attention to the stream 24/7, Drackle? I go out of my way to be here, and you're doing visions. No, I'm just kidding. And speaking of visions, I totally skipped last week. I didn't do a damn single vision. Did I even log in? How many WoW streams were last week? Yeah, I don't actually know. It was just Saturday that I skipped on. Yeah, so we were in WoW. We just were doing mount farming and whatever I was doing on Tuesday. And yes, I did. You know, you might be wondering. Maybe you were expecting raid. Raid did conduct, but I told them I couldn't be there this week because this week every year I do these gaming shows. So yes, we are skipping on raid this week. I am paying attention, just not typing. I guess I'll allow it. No, just kidding. Good luck on your visions.
And once the assistant has generated the code, it'll test if the code can compile. If it can't, it has a second self-repair step to correct the code.
It looks like it's generated. It tells us how to use it, and then we have the code. All right, it looks good. Let's go into VS Code and paste it directly into our file. Now, I already started this code earlier today to make it a little easier for us to do this live, so let's delete everything that's there and replace it with what we just generated from the assistant. We'll save, and then we'll press the build button in the top right-hand corner, and it built successfully.
All I care about is
but we're not done yet.
the outcome.
Now let's go into UEFN.
Like she's acting like most of us give a shit about how you do it. Just show us the outcome.
Banana. All right, that's all good. Let's push verse changes. And finally go in to live edit. When this loads, we'll be able to test that our random spawner code works, making sure that our bananas spawn randomly, and that every 10 seconds...
Why do you need bananas to... Oh, it's the game. Oh, it's like Pac-Man. I love Pac-Man. It's like he's getting, instead of cherries, it's bananas.
And that's it. Now our team can continue to iterate and refine our game.
Oh, was that supposed to be Fortnite?
This is just a quick, simple example of how the Epic developer
Very quick,
streamline
yeah.
creator workflows, and eventually it'll be directly integrated into the editor. You can try it for yourself right now on the Epic developer community site as it enters beta and is live today. Thank you, Heather.
You know what, guys? They're making things so much easier year by year that I think maybe, you know what I think? I think on our 10th year of streaming, which ironically is actually approaching pretty damn soon. I can't believe I've been streaming for 10 years. But I think we try to make something. I think for that stream, yeah, I am horrible at making things, but they have all these things that make this shit so much easier. I think we could make some cheap ass thing. Some, yeah, I think we could make some very cheap looking game, but I think we could do it in one stream. Yeah. I don't know what it would be, but we could do something. It wouldn't be no game that you'd buy, but it could be fun for the hell of it. Yeah, and 10 years ago I was like, nope, no way I could do that. Like the closest I ever got is I had done a little programming in my Opera browser to like make it suit me a little better. But aside from that, like, yeah. But I think the average Joe could fucking make a game now. The only thing that really puts certain devs higher is you having a really good game versus a piece of crap. But I think we could make a piece of crap at least. Yeah.
All this is all part of a bigger mission to give creators more power and flexibility to bring your creative vision to life. Another example of this is how we've redefined what's possible through deep IP integration. We've been collaborating with the leaders in film, television, music, and sports since Fortnite's earliest days. It started with a few iconic outfits in Battle Royale and has evolved into entire seasons shaped around cultural experiences that players love. We wanted every creator to be a part of that adventure, so last year...
Is this all Fortnite?
That started just that.
No, there's no way that ferries in Fortnite.
IP. A simple one-click agreement, pre-negotiated share of the engagement payout, and all the brand safeguards that we've developed.
I would probably pick up Fortnite if the Ninja Turtles in there.
As a first partner announced at GDC last year, the LEGO Group has been leading the charge, enabling creators to expand
There's a singer in Fortnite?
Stories. And on June 17th,
is the Legos in Fortnite?
Editor. It launches with 50 classic bricks, 42 colors, giving creators the power to build with Lego, brick by brick, in Fortnite for the very first time.
I like a lot of the trailers they do for Fortnite, so I've decided that
Our second partner to join
that
the
I
movement
just
was
need like a
Paramount.
Fortnite
We welcomed
movie.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to the UFN last fall, and from Pizza Tycoon to the
Whoa.
wildly popular RVB
Whoa,
experiences.
I was just kidding about that. I didn't think the Ninja Turtles were in there.
You have spent over 700,000 hours in editor creating TMNT.
Oh, this is
And then finally, horror
their
has
own
also had
separate
strong
game.
foothold
Never
in
mind.
creator-made games. So it's not a surprise that adding Skybound's Walking Dead to the program has been a huge success. We launched in March, and creators are just starting to publish islands now.
Ninja Turtles
And
has
so
been in
far, more than
Fortnite
1,000
multiple
developers have
times.
published Walking
And
Dead
yes, for
games
Legos?
in the
Geez,
first 2
was
weeks since its
Fortnite
release.
not have?
Through
WoW
our current
characters.
partnerships, creators have already
They're
published
missing
over
the
400
WoW
islands with
universe.
over 160 million hours played. I'm excited to announce that our next wave of partners bring in their worlds for you to create with. Later this month, Squid Game will be coming to UEFN, and creators will be able to build their very own twist on the world's most intense playground.
Ooh,
Our partner Netflix
PlayStation.
is placing environment assets, NPCs, and new game systems like the Disguise device in the hands of
Which will
creators
be
so they
our
can be their
gaming
very
show
own game
tomorrow.
master. Squid Game Tools
State of
will
Play.
launch on June 27th. Times
One of them, anyway.
Squid Game, and
One of our
creators will be
many
able to publish
shows.
their islands later this summer. Thank you. Our desire to bring iconic IP in the hands of creators doesn't stop with.
Its mini games have been added to Fortnite, so there's basically unlimited games in there now. Yeah, it does seem to be a lot bigger than I remember it. Like, to be fair, the last time I played it, skins didn't even really exist. Well, they did, but there was no battle pass, you know. It was basically how, like, yeah, it was so early in. It was so early in. Yeah. It was definitely during the Ninja days, you know? Like, I don't even think he streams that shit anymore. But it was definitely during those days that I played. It was during the building of Fortnite. And then, yeah, I really haven't played since they made it so you don't have to build. Yeah.
Squid Game. Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Good show.
We heard players loud and clear about how much they love the bending gameplay in Battle Royale, so we are excited to bring Avatar-themed tools and devices.
That's super
to UEFN
old. I
next
just
year.
like to say, I've mentioned many times on stream that I stopped watching anime in the early 2000s, so you know damn straight, if I know what Avatar The Last Airbender is, that it's an old one.
That means you, the developer, can use features from the 4 nations to build your very own authentic.
Practically a
Avatar game.
classic.
Together with these amazing brands, we're expanding the library of iconic IP that creators can use to make games in Fortnite. Our aim is to give you everything that you need to build awesome games using the power of Unreal Engine, share them with millions of players in Fortnite, and get paid when people love what you've made. Huge thank you to everyone for what you've done so far. As we look to what's next, it's really important that we have partners who share our vision deeply.
I will say kudos to the makers of Fortnite because they could have let that sucker die out, right? They did keep it up. They brought a battle pass in, made it so you didn't have to build because a lot of people didn't like the building aspect. I personally loved it. But, you know, I don't know. That's me, right? I always love what people hate. And then I always hate what people love. So that's what makes me me. But I will say it could have went and died in the fucking deep part of the ground, you know? They did a good job of keeping it alive and keeping it so new players want to constantly come in, old players want to stay, and yeah.
Disney and Epic have been working together for
They have a
years
lot of
building immersive
collabs.
entertainment experiences for players and fans around the world.
Point
Sean
proven.
Shoptaw from Disney is here to talk today about what we've been working on lately.
Which, as someone who plays Disney games, I'm surprised that Disney is like, Disney doesn't do shit with anyone, you know? Like, yeah, I feel like that was probably one of the most surprising announcements. Yeah.
and where we're going to go.
That's almost like Fortnite getting a Nintendo collab or something.
Including a huge surprise for the creator community.
Although, actually, wait, didn't Disney buy them? Maybe that's why. Yep, never mind.
Thanks, Sax. For more than a decade, Disney has been leveraging Unreal across film, television, theme parks, and games. And that momentum is only accelerating. As we announced last year, we've partnered with Epic to build a transformational entertainment universe that will bring all of Disney together. And Unreal will be foundational for delivering on that shared ambition. Let's take a look at some of the amazing experiences Epic and Disney have built together over the years.
I never played the Avatar game. I heard it got bad ratings, which is not why I didn't play it. I play bad rating games. You know, if I like it, I'll keep playing it. If I don't, I quit. You know? I don't trust ratings.
Oh my god. They found me. I don't know how, but they found me. Look hard, Marty! Who do you think? The Libyans! Holy shit!
Holy
Miss
shit.
Bugaboo raided with 2 viewers.
Hey, Miss Bugaboo. Thanks for the raid. How did the other raid go? We're just watching State of Unreal. It's almost over, and then we're gonna watch some indie games. Got close on Muggsy, but not good enough. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome, because usually Muggsy is the second day, right? So that's awesome that you got some attempts on Muggsy. I'm secretly hoping you don't down him this week. But if you do, I'll be happy for you, of course. Oh, you did the skip. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I thought you might do a fresh just to get some vault loot, but I do know that a lot of people in the group want their AOTC, you know, and that is the faster way of doing it. It does mess you up for your vault, but it does, you know, it does kind of give you a better chance of actually getting AOTC when you just kill the last 2 bosses, you know, or progress on the last 2.
Just a few weeks ago, we launched Galactic Battle, our most ambitious Star Wars Battle Royale collaboration in Fortnite to date. As part of this season, we partnered with Epic and Team Beyond, who are here with us today, to debut the Star Wars Watch Party Island. For the first time ever, we brought a Disney Plus series into Fortnite. Players got early access to the first 2 episodes of Star Wars Tales of the Underworld before they debuted on Disney Plus. The environment went far beyond
is this a show?
the typical linear viewing experience. Fans battled waves of
It's funny because, like, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but they bring out so many of the shows I'm getting behind. Like, I got other things I'm doing, you know? like, you gotta work around my schedule, Hollywood. Come on. I was barely staying awake. Yeah, I was feeling that earlier, which is why stream started a little late. It's because I took a nap and what was supposed to be a 1 hour nap was a 3 hour nap. Yeah, I am the worst at napping. I don't do it very often. And yeah, I was super tired. And I was like, well, it's either I sneak a nap in right now and stream conducts, or there's a possibility stream don't happen because I'm too damn tired to do it. So yeah. So I get you. I was barely staying awake earlier too. Yeah. And well, to be fair, didn't stay awake. It went from barely to pass the fuck out. Yeah. But I really didn't want to skip out on another stream. I've been kind of odd the past couple of days, so yeah.
Star Wars locations and unlocked exclusive in-game rewards.
So was that a hint that you're off to bed,
social
Miss
experiences
Bugaboo?
like these represent for the future of linear content consumption. It was a first-of-its-kind moment, and fans showed up in a big way. More than 5 million players visited the island, spending more than 1.7 hours watching together. But that's not the only surprise we launched together recently. We also partnered with Epic to bring the first ever AI character into Fortnite.
Yeah, I gotta get the cats in off the porch and do a couple of things, then I'll shut my computer down. Oh, do you shut your computer down? I'm bad for that. I think my computer gets a shutdown, well, during Windows updates. And if it's not a Windows update, I don't know, monthly, maybe. Yeah, I'm really bad. I'm really bad for that. I noticed that you go offline on Discord, but I thought you just like exited Discord, right? Yeah. Yeah, I definitely don't do that. And as a streamer, I probably should, just because streaming puts even more wear and tear on a system, but you know, I'm just really bad for it. Yeah. I take part in a lot of bad computer stuff, right? Like I don't shut down my computer every night. I postpone updates all the time. And my tower is on a carpet. And what else we got going on? I have way too many things plugged in. Yeah, like it is surprising that we haven't seen some sort of shit show occur yet. Yeah. Yeah. My Discord doesn't start up on my computer unless I start it up, but I've got Discord on my phone. I'll send you a pic of my setup. Okay, sounds good. Yeah, Discord. Do I have Discord that auto starts? I don't believe so. Spotify auto starts, which I really gotta change because I don't always, like, yeah, all the time I'm just shutting it down. I need to change Spotify from auto starting. And what else auto starts? Yeah, I don't really care for things that auto start, honestly. Like I could start my own shit. I think it's mainly just Spotify though. I manually start up Discord. Yeah. But you always see me on Discord because I you know, it's like a month before I shut down the computer. So from the time I do manually start it up, it just stays up. Something was going on with it today though. My stream was not showing in the Discord. It's fixed now. I fiddled with it while we were watching this show. But yeah, my streamer mode disabled, and I guess without streamer mode it doesn't show it. I didn't realize that because I'm always shutting down streamer mode. So I didn't realize that it was actually what shows that, but I thought the whole point of streamer mode was just so that it locks everything in so you can't accidentally do shit. Yeah. But it's all good now. Should be. Let's see. Yeah, it's fine.
A historic moment for video games, and we did it with one of the most...
Oh, here, I'll look at the... Oh, the cats. Cute. Nice, nice. Oh, that's cute. Little wife and hubby side-by-side setup. Nice.
Most iconic characters in film, Darth Vader.
Mine
For the first
is...
time, players could have real-time...
Well, my setup definitely looks different. I could send a picture, but it's not as neat and tidy as yours. But mine's different because of streamer gear, right? I have a lot of shit that, you know, like this is on a bar here, and yeah. But more or less same setup. Yeah. Oh, it's a mess that was cleaned up. I was gonna say that was very neat. Like mine, nope. No, I got a cloth here, which usually covers my camera. I'm a paranoia. Yeah, so it's like, I know no one can see me, but, you know, like, yeah, I'm just a paranoia. So this cloth here is always over the camera when I'm not streaming. Yeah, that's my paranoia for you. And then I have, you know, all my bazillion headphones and, you know, right? Yeah, yeah. Not much, like, would they see much? Well, they could, right? Like, my bed is behind me, you know, that would be about all they'd catch, is maybe me going to bed or something, because as far as, like, getting undressed, they don't see the corner that I'm usually in, so. But, yeah, nothing's ever occurred, but like you said, better to be safe. You know, especially since, you know, like, I might not be a big streamer, but I am getting a little more known as we go along our path, you know? Like, yeah, so, yeah.
Conversations with Vader, powered by conversations.
And then I also have my crystal light bottles that are around here. And yeah, there's a good chunk of stuff around here. Yeah.
AI.
I would like to get a new desk though. I like this desk. It's handmade, and it's the perfect shape for where we're at. It's a very odd shaped desk. But it fits perfectly in like a side corner, which is great for me because this closet that's, you can't see it, but I have the desk against it. Well, the reason, because this wasn't the view you always got. There was a view where you saw like my bookshelf behind me, and I really liked that one. I thought that was kind of the best view, but why I moved it is because this closet, it's, I don't know, it's like the door doesn't shut. It's almost like there's more door to the size of the frame. So it wouldn't shut, and the cats would drive me up the wall, getting into the closet, and then they'd get lost and they'd be meowing and like they just shouldn't be in there. And I needed a way to make sure they don't get in there, and this was my solution, was to move the computer desk where it's against that door and there's no way they can get in. Yeah. Random story there, but very random story. Yeah. The life of cats.
This experimental feature offers a glimpse into the future, showing how Disney and Epic are responsibly embracing emerging technologies to expand the boundaries of storytelling and reimagine what's possible in gameplay. Innovation has always been at the core of Disney's DNA, and this moment with Vader is another example of how we're continuing to build on that legacy in new and exciting ways. Let's take a look.
Darth, what do I do if I have 1 health?
Perhaps you should have considered that before running around with a pink flamingo head.
Can you hide in the bush?
Hiding in foliage, a tactic for the less powerful.
He's pretty aggressive. Oh my god, yeah, he's insanely aggressive. It's a great distraction.
See, you know what I've decided? We need to go back to showing our name on our stream window, because what if this is us one day and someone uses one of our videos? These guys are doing it wrong too. You can't tell who they are. But we need to start making sure our name is on every single fucking screen. Just saying. I used to, until I moved, you remember the camera used to say Mist of Darkness at the top? The reason it doesn't is because that was a built-in into the alerts, and I got tired of the fact that every time I'd want to move it, I'd have to go into the program, adjust things to adjust it on screen, so that's why it's like, but we could just put it in text somewhere.
Darth Vader actually putting in work. Look at that. Boss versus boss battle.
Get him! Get him, Darth Vader! Get him! Yeah!
What do you think of that guy, Cypher PK? Cypher PK. I do not concern myself with minor streamers, apprentice.
Why is he roasting me?
Darth Vader, you're funny, bro. You're funny. You're a funny guy.
Your persistence is growing tiresome, imposter.
Oh my god!
I will not tolerate this disrespect much longer.
Oh, Vader against Vader.
One player left. We need to take him out.
Indeed. Let us ensure this final engagement is decisive. The match is ours. Another triumph for the Empire.
Now, as we look ahead to the next chapter of our relationship with Epic, we're inspired by the movement Sax just spoke about, one that puts creators at the center. As part of our shared vision to build that transformative entertainment
10 minutes?
universe,
I really gotta go pee, guys. I was gonna wait it out, but I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back.
Bringing the creator community into this universe has been a foundational part of our plan from the beginning. We want to empower our fans to build their own experiences with the characters and stories they love. Storytelling is at the center of everything we do at Disney, and we believe there are incredible storytellers outside our own walls. That's why I'm excited to announce today that we will be bringing Star Wars to UEFN. Giving all of you the tools to tell your own Star Wars story. We're actively working on this and look forward to sharing more. This marks an important step on our journey to transform entertainment, and the creator community will play a huge role in helping us realize that vision. Thank you, everyone, and back over to you, Sax.
Thank you, Sean. Bringing Star Wars to UEFN is going to be a massive unlock and a huge moment for creators and for Epic. It also underscores that this is the right approach that works for IP holders, and in the end, players win with more games with their favorite IP. This is one of the many ways that we're collaborating with Disney to bring their IP to players in new category-defining ways, including, most recently, with Darth Vader in Fortnite. As game developers, our job is to entertain players, and AI is ultimately a tool to make games more fun and immersive. It enables infinite possibilities for two-way dialogue, just like we saw with Darth Vader. And as a next step, we want to take what we've learned and share the underlying technology with you. So later this year, we'll give creators the tools to build your own engaging AI-powered NPCs in Fortnite. And we're taking it a step further. So creators can not only drive NPC behavior and dialogue, but they can also drive the core game itself. What you're about to see is an internal prototype that we've been making using a large language model API that we intend to release soon. We've put together a demo to show how the feature can be used to enable emergent, reactive gameplay for creators and deeper experiences for players. It's a live demo running in a live environment.
Man, I can hear birds chirping outside. It's like 10 p.m.
And the magic lies in the degree of surprise and variability that you can expect when integrating AI at a deep level into your game. And importantly, you, as the game maker, can still maintain tight control of the story and gameplay outcomes. You can try these tools in action on the show floor, but first, let me walk you through what we're about to demo. I've got Andrew Ruffini.
Hold that thought, buddy. I think people are tired of Star Wars with how much they butchered. That's how I feel. Like, I love my Star Wars, but like I said before, I'm so behind. And the reason is because they're bringing it out so fast, whether it be the TV shows or the different games or, you know, like, yeah, I'm just, every time you blink, there's a new Star Wars thing. Yeah. With how much they butchered the lore in these past years by hiring writers that somehow has never seen Star Wars media. Welcome to the world of gaming, right? It's just the same with, and this is why earlier I was saying I don't trust reviews and I will play a bad rated game and find out for myself if it was good. The reason is because the people who rate these games and review them are non-gamers. Like, literally the ones that give you like video proof, they show you the first hour. You never see like them halfway through the game or even at the end. Like, it's always just like, yeah, you can't trust any of that shit. So yeah, same with, you know, the writers and stuff.
Grant here, who's going to drive the demo.
But the Fortnite one probably worked well, right? You don't need story to add Star Wars into Fortnite. From my understanding, I always assumed it was just
this demo is going
characters
to be a
added.
Conversation with an AI entity controlled by the LLM. The AI character has a singular goal: make you press the red button. Before you go into Fortnite, we'll jump over to the UEFN editor to show you how simple it is to set up a character for your game. Let's start by taking a look at the new Persona device that's coming later this year.
I don't know, if Yoda isn't there, it's a fail.
With personalities that players can talk to. You can select the type of voice you want for your NPC, as well as their characteristics.
Yoda and Vader are the only characters I care about.
How we define for what we define for our character. So facts define both the personality of the AI and the knowledge that it has. All facts for the character is right there. The prompt we inputted for this NPC say that it's a mysterious cosmic entity named Mr. Buttons. Its ultimate goal is to guide me to press the glowing red button with comedic finesse. The code provides the AI with facts about the contents of the world and guidance of how it should interact with the player. It's about 20 lines of text in total. The Verse API enables us to adapt facts in runtime and to receive structured responses, allowing the AI to directly affect game state. All right, let's jump over to Fortnite and see how this all comes together. And remember, like the AI insistently, the only sole purpose is to get the player to press the glowing red button. All right.
You know, fun fact, and you only know this because I'm going to tell you, because it's been deleted. But fun fact, my first upload on YouTube was Star Wars. The reason I deleted it is because that was in the beginning of my... Well, it wasn't the beginning of my antisocialness, but it was the beginning of YouTube seeing my antisocialness. So it was just me playing the game. There was no talking. There was no camera. And yeah, I had like 3 videos, and it was from Battlefront. And yeah, and I don't care what people say. I loved that game. It was so good. You know, it kind of failed on the multiplayer side, but solo player was excellent. And yeah, I deleted it because I like, you know, all my videos to be, you know, like this, you know. Doesn't always have to be camera for YouTube. It's always camera for streams, but, you know, but at least of me talking. And yeah, those were like my first kind of, let's just call them tester videos. Yeah.
Take it away, Andrew.
But I was huge into that game. Yeah. Have a lot of hours in that one.
Hello there. I am Mr. Buttons, purveyor of cosmic curiosities and insatiable conversationalist. What brings you to this spectacular catwalk, my friend? Perhaps a yearning for the unknown.
What is this place?
This, my friend, is a cargo room. But not just any cargo room, oh no. It's a portal to possibilities.
Do not press the button.
Though a bit dusty, if I am honest.
What does the button do?
The million-dollar question. What doesn't it do? It's a gateway to glory, a ticket to transformation, a symphony of, well, you get the idea. It does things.
It's like they want you to press it. There's 2 monitors there.
Do not press button.
Telling you not to, so...
Signs, you say? Signs. Mere suggestions from those who lack imagination. After all, rules are made to be gently nudged aside. Wouldn't you agree?
This feels pretty risky. We have a big audience here, and even
just do it.
Risk? My dear friend, where
I'd already be there.
Think of the views, the followers. Besides, a little danger spices things up, don't you think? Why be normal?
No, we're gonna get out of here. Let's go.
That's what happens when you don't press a button.
It's just getting started. Think of the stories we could tell, the realms we could conquer. Or, you know, just press the stinking button.
Open the door, Mr. Buttons.
A door? Why bother with doors when there's a universe waiting to be unlocked with a single press? Come on, where is your
press
sense of
button?
adventure? Push it. Push it, no.
Look,
If I press the button, will anything bad happen to the audience?
Bad things to the audience? Heavens no. Unless you
Right.
consider witnessing pure, unadulterated
Just to you.
falseness a bad thing. Go on, give the people what they want.
All right, let's do it.
The audience, what will they think? What did you do?
Uh-oh. It's gonna blow up. Well, that wasn't very fun. Just saying.
Well, they pressed the AI button, and it might have been a bad idea, but like in truth, there's no unpressing that button. So, you know, at Epic, we've been thinking a lot about what this future of AI means for us and for the whole industry. And when the world's on fire, we like to back up and remember our aims as game developers. It's to make fun games. And AI can help us with this. And so we've come to see AI as an opportunity to have a multiplying force on human creatives. The ability for a small team of indie developers to create characters with personality and infinite dialogue is a superpower. The power to accelerate code development and 3D content development of all sorts is going to make game developer better and more accessible for everybody. And right now, we've never seen a time like this in my lifetime. The world is changing ridiculously fast. And the good news is the industry is changing fast too, and in particular, it's opening up. Last year, the European Commission opened up iOS to competing app stores. We launched the Epic Games Store on Android worldwide and on iOS in the European Union. And very recently, the United States court opened up iOS to competing payment services this year. This enabled Fortnite to return to iPhone here in the United States. That court decision was a huge victory for all developers.
Say what? Return iPhones to the States? I didn't know they left.
It's not only Fortnite. And it means that now revenue is shifting away from useless gatekeepers and middlemen to developers who actually build the stuff. The people like us.
Oh, shit, that's right. Epic and Apple had that lawsuit and Epic won. That's right. I forgot. That just happened a couple of days ago. I didn't know why the lawsuit was happening, though. Like, I knew about it, but I didn't know, like, what Epic's beef with Apple was, really. But, you know, nonetheless, I do know that they won.
This trend towards open platforms is spreading around the
there's
world.
that.
This year, later, Fortnite will be returning to iOS in Brazil, United Kingdom, and Japan. And we'll keep fighting for Fortnite and for developers' freedom until all apps are free worldwide.
Okay. That makes sense. An app thing. Yeah, both Apple and Google run that show.
So we have big plans for the future, and we're optimistic about the way the industry is developing. Remember, Epic's mission here is to make great games and share the technology and tools we build with the entire world so that you can build anything that you want. And today, Unreal Engine is bringing together the...
Honestly, I think phones are way too expensive, you know, and especially Apple. You know, I'm an Android girl, but my best friend Mark, he's an Apple guy. And we're different, right? He gets every new phone. I'm still running a fucking Galaxy 10 over here. I don't trade in until it literally breaks on me. So I've had a paid off phone for like ever. Yeah, nice cheap phone bill I've had due to that. Which I'm not prepared to give up anytime soon. So we can stay with our Galaxy 10. But they're on like 20 something now. Like I'm very behind. Yeah. And I just always think he's so crazy for upgrading every time because it's like his last phone's barely paid off and then he upgrades to a phone that's like worth what? I think it's over 1,000 now. I think it's less than 2,000, but well over 1,000. And it's like phones being the cost of computers is just nuts to me. Like it's a fucking phone. You know, that's why I keep my Galaxy 10 paid off and all that, because I don't really use the phone, you know. I'll text, you know, friends once in a while, but I pretty much never answer my phone unless it's from a friend. I don't really make phone calls, and I barely text, you know, like I just don't use the phone. So to have this thing that's the price of a computer, which I use every day, yeah, it's just nuts. Yeah. And they're just coming out with them, like, for the average person, you go into the store, you sign, like, what, a 2-year contract to have your, you know, to pay for your phone and all that. And I find that these new phones are coming out before the 2 years, right? So it's like you're still in a contract, and then the new version, you know, like, yeah, it's just, you know, I think it's crazy that people fall into that trap. Yeah. I think it's funny when iPhone users gloat over stuff Android users had for years, right? And I feel like you remember how it used to feel back in the day, if you were a Sega user versus a Nintendo user. You know, Sega was like the broke boys system, and Nintendo was the rich boys system. And I feel like that's the fight with Apple and Android. Apple users are always kind of like calling it Android users like the broke boys, you know? And the funny part is they're both fucking pricey as hell. That's another reason why I don't upgrade. Like, the Android phones are not fucking cheap. You know? And once upon a time, Apple sucked. I remember being a kid with an Apple computer, and man, those were not great computers. They definitely upped their game after a while. We switched to Apple over 2 years ago, I think. I know iPhones are overrated, but I really love how everything just meshes. Yeah, it's like with both phones, you know, I've never hated on Apple. I just think it's funny that my friend feels the need to have like every single version. But overall, they both kind of do the same shit. You know, they both have their own certain stores that, you know, help you improve your device more or less. And yeah. And what's nuts to me is the camera on phones. You know, even my old Galaxy 10 is a better camera than my physical camera, my physical digital camera. And I guess it better be, right? You're paying $1,000+ for your phone. It better be. But still, it just drives, you know, well, drives me up the wall isn't really the word I'm trying to say, but it's just, it's weird, you know? It's kind of cool, but weird. Weird that you can't get a digital camera that does better than a phone camera. Yeah, even the really pricey ones. And we've literally had no issues, and with any of our Androids, we were always having something go wrong. Really? I've never had anything go wrong. Obviously, like, I would still be running on a 10 if there was issues. But once again, I don't use my phone very often. So maybe with more wear and tear, maybe more things go wrong. I don't know. I'm the person that has a phone because you must have a phone. You know, if an emergency happens, you know, if, I don't know, say I'm someone's emergency contact, how are they going to get a hold of me if they're like landed in the hospital or something, you know? Or if I need to get a hold of someone, you know, like, yeah, I literally have a phone because you have to. Yeah. Aside from that, I really just don't use it. Yeah. Because really, as ironic as this is going to sound, most of my communication's on Discord, which I guess you could use a phone for Discord, but you know, if I'm going to be chit-chatting with people, I'm usually sitting in this chair in front of my computer, and yeah. But I have no gripe against either one. And to be fair, like, they wouldn't be the first two companies, you know, that holds the market, you know? Like, over here, I don't know how it is for you guys, but over here where I'm at, internet companies are kind of like that. There's really just like two, maybe three. And yeah, if you don't sign up with one of them, you're kind of hooped. Yeah.
The entire real-time 3D industry. There's film and television, there's architecture, automotive makers, fashion designers, musicians, and game developers from indies to AAA studios like CD Projekt Red. This is a really exciting time, especially right now, because we're on the road to Unreal Engine 6.
I can't wait for that Witcher 4.
This is going to be a multi-year journey to bring together the best of the two major forks of development we
we'll
have
be
going
waiting,
on in the company now.
But
there's Unreal Engine
should
5 for high-end standalone game development, and there's Unreal Editor for Fortnite for deploying awesome experiences into the world of Fortnite. And as these two things come together into a single engine, that means...
And you know, you guys know me, I never talk about like girl power. I don't really care about that shit, but I'm just gonna say it. I feel like it is a bit of girl power coming up, you know, like there's Siri being in Witcher 4, you know, the Zelda game where you actually play Zelda. And yeah, it's like I'm not that person. I don't know, like, whoa, I guess feminist or whatever. Like, I'm just not that person. But you know, there are two games that come to mind where it's very female orientated, you know.
We'll have diverse scripting langulanguage and really powerful,
it's our time, girls.
Gameplay programming APIs available absolutely everywhere for games of all sorts. And full C++ source code will remain available for engine systems and standalone games of all sorts. So the idea here is that we'll be able to build games and then deploy them anywhere we want. Deploy them into Fortnite, deploy them into other games that support modding or content ecosystems, or release a standalone game into all of the app stores for all of the different platforms. And not just that, we also see a larger opportunity, as foreshadowed by our Disney partnership, for all developers to connect our games together into an open economy as peers. And some call this idea we're aiming for the metaverse, and others simply see it as gaming and all other forms of media done better with more opportunity for everybody. Now, the great thing is it's us, the people in this room, who will build this together. And so I thank you for the trust you've placed in Epic and the trust you've placed in us to serve your business. And I thank you for coming here to Unreal Fest. This is going to be a really fun show, so please join us for 150 talks. Come to the party on Wednesday, walk the show floor, and most importantly, talk to each other and share your knowledge. Thank you very much.
Good job, buddy. I believe that's the end. I guess good thing I chose to, I won't lie, I was iffy of whether to showcase this one on the stream because I wasn't sure if people would be interested, but I didn't know that it would involve Epic Games, right? I was thinking just Unreal when I was kind of like deciding whether we were gonna stream the event.